Shalom, brothers and sisters. So, this next one is so crazy that I thought I'd put my glasses on to make sure I'm not reading it incorrectly and giving you the wrong information, because this is what I expect after we're gone. This is how nuts this one is. And yeah, let me just get into it. The US government has approved the world's first vaccine for honeybees. You got that right. I have a very big hunch that bees as a whole and as a species are a bunch of anti-vaxxers, but that's just me. I don't think they're going to line up for any vaccinations, see anything good about it, but we'll see. United States Department of Agriculture, USDA, just approved a conditional license for the world's first vaccine for honeybees. The claim is that this new vaccine will help to fight the diseases that routinely ravage bee colonies, which are vital to food production. We are ready to change how we care for insects impacting food production on a global scale, Kleiser stated ominously. Since jabbing bees with needles is unrealistic, I'm pretty confident that we can probably make needles that small, but it's the whole organizing them, by age, by species, by hive, who goes first, who goes last. You don't want bee discrimination. But they've come up with a formulation that can be injected straight into the royal jelly that worker bees feed to the queen. After ingestion, the vaccine transfers into the bee's ovaries, where it's passed on to her offspring. In a perfect scenario, the queens could be fed a cocktail with queen candy, the soft pasty sugar that queen bees eat, and then the queen breeders could advertise fully vaccinated queens. That's a big bonus. The Guardian admits that today's honeybees have been exposed to a cocktail of different diseases, as they are calling them. These diseases, in many cases, are the toxic fallout from persistent pesticide and herbicide exposure while the bees roam in the wild. Once again, they are deflecting from the root of the problem, blaming the bee sickness on, you guessed it, well done, climate crisis, which is laughable in the light of the volumes of chemicals that are sprayed on crops every year and on everything and everybody else. Chemicals that destroy the environment and potentially alter climate conditions in the process. Bees are an essential ecological part of our world, pollinating 1/3 of the crops we eat and 90% of wild plants. Pretty much when the bees go, mankind will follow swiftly in their tracks within 5 to 6 years into extinction. So yeah, so now we vaccinate the bees, so maybe a mass die-off over the next year or two, which is going to affect crops and foods and everything. So the famine that's already a crisis becomes a super crisis. A nuclear famine maybe is the right word. And while the bees are upgraded, everything that comes from them is upgraded, which means you get to be sorted while eating it. That's just my opinion, big picture thinking, new world order and all these fun things. So yeah, go bees. I'm gonna spend some time making tiny little bee placards where they can protest in front of their hives, and we'll see if that helps at all. But keep looking up. God bless and shalom.